Hi, I'm Monroe High School, and for my just to focus on both teaching others about it. Well, the reason that it's a topic of interest is because, and at the age I was that we do. So, one of the main points about nuclear energy that I was in was classified as a renewable source of energy, and in the state of Virginia, our energy chiefly comes from non-renewable means. As a result, my question: how does modern policy, in conjunction with technology, affect the adoption of cleaner methods of energy production? For my internship was served at the Columbia Gas and Transmission under Mr. Troy Harlow. Mr. Harlow introduced me to legislation regarding natural gas, as well as how it travels through pipelines, and he was also able to serve as a mentor to the field of engineering in general. In learning about the legislation, I was the research that I'd done to the information that I was garnering from Mr. Harlow's guidance, and I was also able to explore technical aspects of engineering in a way that I never had before. For example, this is something that I was tasked with putting together. It's an apparatus that basically models a turbine that is found in gas plants. So I was given a set of boxes containing manuals and components, and I was tasked with putting this together. With no prior knowledge and nothing to go off of but the manual seen here, I was able to put together this apparatus and test it at 500 RPMs on my own, and then I was able to help with Mr. Harlow's assistance test it at up to 9,000 RPMs. He then explained to me that this is used to model different defects and different problems that we may run into in a real-world situation. For example, these probes are attached at different points on this turbine, and they are meant to model different malfunctions and give information to this probe right here. And using that, we can calibrate the probe as well as understand what bad things might happen in a turbine before they do. And this has been very important in understanding another core component of my project, which was failure analysis in engineering. So what this chart does wrong, which is a key component to understanding not just nuclear energy and engineering in general, but engineering in general. So I was able to go through a few failure analysis diagrams, and with Mr. Harlow's help, I was able to understand what goes wrong and why it happens. And this diagnosis is on components when something goes wrong. So with Mr. Harlow's help, I was able to understand what this flowchart means and how, as we move up, we can see all the things that have either gone wrong or could have been improved. I was also able to compare legislation on a local level to the legislation we find on a global level abroad. For example, in Brazil, they have increased their investment in renewable energy sources, bumping them up into the top 10 renewable energy countries focusing on renewable energy in the world. And in 95% of their energy is generated through nuclear power. For my community service portion, I served under Dr. Anthony Remigen, and I received assistance from Nick Lasciuto and Matthew Pickus, where we created a sort of joint project. We worked with Dr. Remigen to coordinate our portion of a math and science expo at the Hillsville Elementary School. And we were also able to work together, putting together posters and materials and activities for kids to work on while there. My activity was putting together basic structures with paper, straw, paper clips, and tape. And my goal here was to not necessarily teach children about what my project was in terms of nuclear energy, but to get them to think critically and analyze the decisions that they were making. And in doing so, I feel that I helped inspire some of them to pursue engineering. One of the biggest components of engineering is problem solving and the ability to think critically and analyze the choices that are being made. And that was what I focused on with my community service and engineering. My future plans: I'll be attending Virginia Tech next year, studying electrical engineering and computer science. and I will be researching robotics as a career. Any questions?
Mohammed, you mentioned you were looking at other countries' policies in relation to renewable energy. How does the United States stack up, and what recommendations do you think you have?
Towards the beginning of the decade, in 2000, 2001, we were very high up on the list of countries that invest in nuclear energy, but renewable energy as a whole. I think we were in the top 3. And then as time has gone on, in the mid-2010 decade where we are now, we are not even in the top 10, whereas countries like Brazil have moved up from a 30 or 40 place slot up to number 6 is where Brazil is right now. And it's not that we've lessened our investment, it's that other companies have really stepped it up, or other countries have.
Why do you think there is that reluctance to invest in alternative energy sources?
I feel that we've just gotten stuck in our ways on some level, where we see these options, but we already have something that works so well for us that we don't really see a desire to move towards something like nuclear energy. And there's also some level of trepidation there. We hear about nuclear meltdowns like at Fukushima and at Chernobyl, and it really scares. I mean, it could scare anyone, but I feel like Americans are very susceptible to mass media hysteria, and we kind of focus on all the bad things rather than all the merits of nuclear energy.
What can we do at a grassroots level to encourage?
Actually, that was part of why I worked at RES with kids, helping them learn about engineering. I wanted them to develop critical thinking skills and really analyze everything that they see and hear. And so what I was hoping to accomplish with that was help them understand that, okay, not everything everyone tells you is true. I need to be able to form my own opinions on this by questioning what they say.
You built that model with the turbine. I just wanted to know, did you explore at all the wind and turbines that seem to be becoming so popular?
I actually didn't get a chance to look at wind turbines, but that was just more of a model of a turbine in general, where it's just something. It was just looking at a general turbine where it turns and everything.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you, Mom.